hopefully didn't scare these poor people off.
It's probably close. I saw Skits' face. He's like, "Oh man, we're on a bunch of weeps."
We've made a terrible mistake.
I was literally doing this.
Yeah, you were grooving. I was like,
loving it.
She's digging it.
No. Yeah, we love that sort of stuff, man. That is fantastic. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that was provided to us by Cider Hype. Thank you, Cider Hype.
Yep.
Yeah, I told everybody to crank their volume to max, and then I forgot to turn mine down from when I was playing the game earlier. So that sucked.
Well, what did you learn?
Hyper, can you hear us?
I learned to check my volume before telling everybody to check theirs.
I keep my volume at the same level of the whole stream. I mean,
well, let's get a proper introduction here. So, you tell us, who are you guys? Hello.
Greetings,
We're the Skits team. With the Skits comic team, I'm Karshina Sigenthaler.
Michael Sigenthaler.
We're married. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Nice.
And we're the Skits team. So there you go. Hi, guys. How's everybody going? Or doing? Doing?
We're going and coming and doing and everything else. We're here, though.
Greetings, citizen. Are you getting enough oxygen?
That is awesome. I love that quote.
So I'm hearing in Mr. Skits' voice. I'm hearing Southern accent.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're both from the South. That's just that's how we roll.
We know our own.
You heard an accent from me? Really?
I can tell. You know, it's
okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's a very small one.
We know our own. I'm North Carolinian, so I know.
But see, there's a difference. There's dirty South, and you know what I'm talking about. And there's upper. See, everybody's like, oh yeah. Upper South.
Yeah.
Yep,
And then there's like mid South. So yeah,
we're like deep South.
Yeah,
we're dirty.
So. And then there's a Mountain South, as I call it.
Right. Mm-hmm. I'm more bougie South, so like bougie South.
I'm more North South.
You get that Mountain South, where as Einstein once put it, everyone's relative.
or Matt Wenger. One of those.
I'm so glad that he was the smartest one to come down his mountain.
That's the joke we put on him. Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna brag or nothing, but I do have a great grandpa uncle cousin. So
nice.
There you go.
I love it.
That's the weird South.
That's the old South. Old South.
Did he speak the banjo?
Yeah, they're all good people. You know, some of the older ones that have died off, you couldn't even hardly understand what they were saying. You know, they were from the mountains. You know.
Oh no.
He said, "Oh no, Mr. Bill! Oh no, Mr. Bob!" Or more.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I missed my soundboard already.
So we have a special exclusive that we haven't done for anybody's show yet. So we have an exclusive today that we will share out with people who are watching. So when we get into that segment, you guys will be the first ones.
Yeah, you'll be premiering it. You're making the premiere.
Woo! Cool.
Okay. And red pilled, I guess. Good Lord.
So we thank you.
Yeah, I'm just grabbing some images here I can throw up on the screen. And I got your
we can also share our screen too. I got a PDF with images and stuff like that. If that's what you want to get into this early on in the game.
Well, no, we could have a just talk a little bit, let the numbers build up a little bit, so more eyes on it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let it simmer.
Give them wanting more. But what we can do before we really get into it, let me do my screen share, and I'm going to go and tell everybody to sign up for this mailing list.
Do it.
Oh, we're getting there. Look at there.
Yeah. I want everybody to get on this mailing list right now, or we will play Ultra Force clips.
Doing it up now.
Well, this is the part that we were saying that we have something special for you. If you want to scroll down, we just put up a new video on there, and it's just for y'all.
We're just gonna hit you right now.
Yep.
Boom.
Oh, all right, let's do it.
There you go, right there. Yep.
There it is.
Well, let's roll it. And you know what? Because here's the beauty of YouTube. We can always play it again.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's do this.
Oh, no sound.
Oh, I messed up because I thought I was just showing a mailing list.
That's quite all right. If you want to give like the caption before it where it says spring into Skits, spring
man,
into
we got
action.
something coming. Got something coming for you.
Exactly.
Oh no!
About to pop it right through your screen.
All right, my audio has now been shared.
We're all doomed.
All right, let's try this again without the boomerang.
Crank it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
There we go.
Ooh.
I saw lewdness.
So that is our exclusive spring action. Skits springs into action. So that is our exclusive video that we just premiered right here on Grade Point 5. Thank you very much.
Yep.
I like that music, man. This music gets stuck in your head.
Oh, bumping. Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I put that together.
It's part of our production
couple
team
weeks.
did that for us. Yeah.
A couple weeks ago.
That was pretty
Backgrounds
good.
were killer.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I really like the character designs.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Thank you. So that's
Yeah,
our
yeah.
segue into what Skits is all about.
Yeah, so I know a lot of times people like to hear an elevator pitch, so I'll just give you the elevator pitch, then we can roll from there.
Sounds good. So go
Sounds
for it.
good.
Yeah.
Skits is a book about a guy who can't tell the difference between his dreams and his reality. Elevator pitch, that simple.
Nice.
So you're writing my autobiography. Thank you.
Hey, man.
We'll put you
If
in the
it
forward.
fits, if it fits.
We'll put you in the forward.
Here is Xavier, who was based off of his life.
And drop the music. Boom. There
There you go.
But we'll go into like the actual. We'll come down the elevator slowly, so you guys.
Yeah, it's funny when we first started going on shows. I told people that elevator pitch. They're like, "Is that it?" I was like, "It's an elevator pitch," and they were like, "Wow, yeah, that's actually an elevator pitch. How about that?"
Well, we've discovered in our time doing this that there's like kind of, I mean, elevator pitch is literally supposed to be a couple of sentences at most. But
Exactly.
we've discovered that some people think an elevator pitch is, well, we're going to tell you the entire story of the book.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, we got locked in the elevator, and we're going to be
Can't
here
get
for
out.
a few hours.
Hours out and
Because
Got to call up.
you know Brian Kriskow, who did Six Gun Gorilla.
Uh-huh.
First time he was on, he told basically the entire lead up story for Six Gun Gorilla, which is great. No problem. You know, we were just having conversations, stuff like that. The next time he was on, he said, "So should I go into the story?" I was like, "No, go tell us about the campaign." We would be here an hour if you went over the story.
It takes a long time in the elevator to get from the first floor to the second floor. That's plenty of time to go through a Star Wars intro crawl.
Well, I mean, exactly. I mean, but if you've ever been in an actual quote unquote that mythical Hollywood scene where it's like, yo man, play my mixtape. They're like, I ain't got time for you. You gotta play it, hit it, let them hear it, and then you're done and you're out. So that way they can, really hear.
Yeah, you gotta be rolling through with the boombox on your shoulder, ready to hit the play button.
Exactly. You can't be waiting. You can't be
Lord.
like.
You
So
said
this is what we
mixtape.
do. Yeah.
You said mixtapes. It reminds me of a story, and Evil Bob knows what I'm about to tell.
No.
This is from back in the day. We had a friend. Well, she's still our friend. We haven't talked to her in a while, but she used to like joke about like go buy my mixtape, right?
Mm-hmm.
She would say, anytime like if she get like hemmed up in about a conversation or something, she just go buy mixtape, right? Well, one day she ran into somebody. She said, "I'll buy my mixtape," and he went, "Buy your mixtapes are free."
That's right,
She
man.
got your attention, did she?
Yep.
So that's what it is. Exactly.
Oh, man.
So I'll tell you how the story came about for Skits. We're gonna save the actual, telling people what the story is actually about once we actually launch the campaign, and hopefully you'll have us back then. But the background of the story of how it actually came about is just as interesting. See, 20 years ago, I was working at a TV station, and what had happened is I was working the midnight to 8 a.m. shift. That graveyard shift.
Oh no, those are the worst time.
I'm sorry, that's a classic Southern start of the story. Well, I think what had happened is.
I was about to say what had happened was because I had a friend that used to do that. Yeah, that used to just say it like that all the time. What had happened was to the point where it would make me laugh.
Exactly. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, dude, man, you learn a lot about yourself when you're working midnight to 8 a.m., man. Them days and nights, they just start to merge together like something crazy, like a julienne salad. It just all, you don't know what's what, So what had ended up happening is I started having these dreams during the day when I was trying to sleep, where every day they were becoming sequential. It was like dream after dream. I had this story that just kept going for like 2 months. So I documented it. I started doing drawings in my sketchbook about it. And, finally 20 years later, here we are. I'm going to sit back and I'm actually going to put it into comic book format and share it with y'all. So it's crazy. I've never had this happen before or after, but it was just, sequential dreams for about 2 months. So,
man, I wish I had that kind of inspiration. Normally my dreams are like random bits. So in a single night, once I hit that deep REM sleep, I have like 8 to 9 different dreams. And then some of them will fucking repeat and I have to go through the exact same thing over and over and over again, just slightly different.
Yeah.
You're in a Groundhog Day spin, basically the Groundhog Day. You're going over and over and over.
Or mine
Can I
is
get to the
really
next part of the
awkwardly
story, please? Dream mind. Can I? You know what I'm saying? But I will say, got a super chat. I'll go ahead and hit that up. It's from Dark Gift Con Presents. What's up, peeps? He still will not give us that third what's up. I'm very disappointed. Very. Still won't do it. We'll get him one day. We'll get it one day.
Disappointed.
But I want to say, y'all been hyping a while. Like y'all been doing videos and going on Twitter, and y'all been talking about this for a while. Y'all been a very good, what I would call, marketing strategy of like, hey.
Well, here's the thing.
You gotta do.
I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I actually did 3 floppies about 10 years ago and didn't really sell too many of them. It was just something that I did. I sat down and I did it. And the time and place wasn't really right back then. You didn't have your Kickstarter, your Indiegogo. You didn't have a place for this sort of thing. So I felt like, I started maybe about a year ago starting to see some stuff out there starting to pop up. I started buying a bunch of stuff off of Indiegogo, and I was like, maybe the time's right. And I started seeing people making a little bit of money, and I was like, well, let's go ahead and try it. And about 6 months ago, we decided, maybe 7 months ago now, we decided that, okay, it's ripe pickings now. The industry's not doing so well, but independent comics, CG, I mean, everything's just going awesome right now. So I was like, well, let's just try and make it happen, and let's build from the bottom up. We can't just throw it out there because no one's going to know who we are. So let's get in here and start building it. And we were listening to enough channels. Don't you know who I am? What? So we're watching enough channels where we were like, okay, we know what to do here. It's like, we got to start building, get people interested, get a mailing list, and get this stuff in front of people. And she started doing the review shows and stuff like that, the come get some. Come get some. That's right. So it was just a way to we knew that if we were going to do this, we had to build our own crowd and to get people interested for ourselves, because we didn't know if we'd actually be able to get on people's channels or not. Like y'all fine people are doing for us tonight. So we knew that we had to actually just do it ourselves and see what happens,
Yeah. I was talking to Mandy Summers about you guys, and I said, so how are they? She said, oh, you'll love them.
Indeed.
That's just pillow talk, baby.
Yeah.
But I mean but that's basically when he presented this idea to me and the project. We had not yet been married just yet, because we're newlyweds actually, so we're still newlyweds. But then he was like, "Yeah, this is how we want to do it. We want to present the right way by, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, and let people know, hey, we're the real deal. I have my writing chops. You do marketing and acting and things of that nature, so you do have some base, and we just want to hit people." Literally, what we say, hit people in the face, not bad way.
Hit them in the mouth. You got to hit them in the mouth with our visuals.
Give you some visuals, get you some other stuff. Exactly.
For legal reasons, that's a metaphor. For legal reasons, that's a metaphor.
Exactly. Put a disclaimer on there. Be nice. But I mean, if you want to do it that way, because a lot of people be like, okay, yeah, you're one in a million of other people that are getting their books out, they're doing their stuff. What makes you so special? And it's like, well, this is what makes us special. This is what separates us. This is what sets us apart. We're trying to do it the right way. We're also trying to learn from people who have come our forefathers who have come before us, to learn the right and the wrong way, because we've seen campaigns who succeeded and campaigns who failed. And we're learning from both. You know what I mean? It's not because they failed because they were just bad. It's just failed because they didn't either stick with it, or they just didn't promote or do it the right way where people really are excited. You know what I mean? So
wrong time to launch, et cetera, et cetera.
Exactly. A bad trailer could be bad explanation, so they're not communicating very well.
Laundry list of stuff.
Don't launch on the same day as Cyberfrog, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Definitely don't want to do that. Yeah. So she's got 15, 20 years in Hollywood background, and I got 20, 25 years in the art industry, fine art, illustration, that sort of stuff. So, the big thing was we wanted to get our work out there to people and let them know that, hey, we're not just some Johnny come latelys. We've been doing this for a long time, and we hopefully it shows through in the product that we're giving you. Visuals for the comic book that we've been putting out there, and also her videos and marketing and stuff that's been going on. So
and like I said, I've been watching y'all and seeing y'all popping up, and like I said, your little video. I mean, basically, it's viral videos that you've been putting out.
Really, honestly,
and we got more coming. We got more coming starting tomorrow.
Just a little. There you go. We got another announcement tonight.
And it's a great catchphrase. Come get some at 7:30. Come get some internationally. Come get some live.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean, come on, marketing.
Come get some in the back seat.
Oh, let me put my seal there.
I'm supposed to be the lewd one here. Crying out loud.
You just get crazy if I show like a thick woman up here. Calm down.
I mean,
he's a lewd, crude dude with a questionable attitude and morals.
And morals.
Yeah, we debuted our project last night, and I showed our main character, and he was just like the whole time. I was like, "Calm down, dude. Calm down."
I'm listening to the replay of that too, and it's like, oh my god! As a person with low self-esteem, everyone is talking about how great I am at being great, and this is amazing. And then all of a sudden, Mike ruins it by having a stroke and pumping his desk.
It's all you hear is like just a bunch of
grunts,
rumbling in the background. He's like,
imagine the angriest man masturbating, like he's just gonna tear it off.
Wow.
The force is strong with that one. That is pretty.
We got a $19.99 super chat, so he must have been doing it through an iPhone.
Why? $19.99
from Wyatt Holiday. A little love for you. They are, and just say they're debuting their book on tomorrow.
Nice.
Wyatt, a little love goes a long way around here. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
I was going to say the marketing definitely works, because I've been hearing about Skits comics for a really long time before I knew what that was.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
that's kind of why I played that up. Like early, I knew who you guys were. I just wanted to like, who are you? And y'all, I like how you had to look like,
Exactly. Well, I mean, skits being a play on the word of schizophrenia, so we're crazy, and then also skits like little plays, like little skits, little movies and things. So yeah, I mean, we're as crazy as you get. So
you'll fit in perfectly in this community,
right?
Sweet, bring me,
Right?
bring me in. I'm ready to land.
You gotta get the tattoo.
Ooh. Ain't no needles hitting my skin, man. I freak out.
No.
Piper put the what was it yesterday? She put the what are the requirements on it? It's like a cutie mark, so it'll go on your flank.
Yeah, so you don't have to have it out where in public unless you wear pants like that.
Right. Mm-hmm. You do your circle, dot. Now I got my cootie shot.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. We'll simplify it for you, brother. We'll make stickers so we can just stick it on your.
Yeah. There you go, or temporary tattoos, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Back old school.
Still gotta put
lick them and stick them.
Yeah.
Get yourself one of those henna tattoos. It's only temporarily unless you have a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is true. That is true.
Not Joe Frago just said $2. I love you less, so here's $2.
Wow.
We love you, not Joe Frago.
Hey, not Joe Frago. Less is more.
Less is actually more.
That's exactly right. That's
actually more.
It's like what was it? That line from Pirates of the Caribbean. It's like like the whole. I've heard of Captain Jack Sparrow, and he said, "But you have heard of me."
Exactly.
Yeah. Any promotion is better than no promotion. Bad or good, promotion is good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No promotion, that's the worst.
Yeah,
well, theoretically, there's no such thing as bad publicity until there is.
I mean, as long as you're not like murdering somebody or something. That's
that's still public publicity.
You're getting your name out there, So you're really the top of your field.
That's what people do.
This serial killer on America's Most Wanted has a comic book out. I kind of want to check that out.
See, there you go.
I always remember when I think it was when Michael Jackson passed away, and his dad, his mom up there, that poor woman, she lost her child, she's trying to cope with that, and he's over here, he's promoting his new studio and his next album's coming out through his studio, and I'm like, did this guy really just do I was like, I give him an E for being a father, but I give him an A for his hustle.
Well, it's like if that scene on Coming to America, like, get your roll engagement t-shirts, where the guy is just like literally hawking everything.
Yep.
But you know what? That's business savvy, and about Joe, and he got his family famous for the past, eons of years. So he did it.
So we got a $5 super chat for Dark Gift Comics Presents. Says, sorry, was doing something. Fine here. What's up, peeps? Now I want a producer credit in the book. All right.
You know how that goes. It's like Macaulay Culkin's dad. Yeah, he squandered Macaulay's fortune, but he was also getting him and his siblings a work to make up for it.
Exactly.
So he could squander it more.
Exactly.
But Macaulay didn't do very much work after he split from his dad, did he?
That's true.
No, but that's because he's been working, and I know a little bit about this. He doesn't have to work for 30 lifetimes because of the money that he's made. The same. So the money that's not reported is that his dad squandered some of his money.
Yeah. Go look at the interview he did with Joe Rogan. He basically just sat there and was like, I'm fine.
I didn't hear about that. I remember being a kid and seeing the weird interview with him, and he's like 17 and he married some older woman, I think it was, because he got emancipated or whatever. And that's all I really remember about that, and that his dad squandered his money, and that I think he made a movie about it.
I just remember he was supposed to be like big on like heavy into drugs at one point, and I'm like, well, you got to have money to afford those, so.
He definitely has the appearance of
drugs are very expensive.
Unless you're a rocker, then they come for free because they give them to you.
They just give them to you. Yeah.
So would you like us to share our screen so we can
go ahead.
see some artwork?
I guess.
Y'all want to see some artwork?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it gives me less I have to do.
Come on.
I can take a break.
Take a break, get your coffee in.
Whoa.
Everybody knows the link to the stream.
There we go.
Oh, good. Oh, man.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
Man.
I really
And
love this.
This is you. This is your art.
Yeah. This is concept art for the.
This is concept art.
Yeah, this is just the concept art here.
He's like,
What?
Sorry about that.
You're gonna do the art and the colors for your book, right?
Yeah. I'm.
Do I have to fight another artist? Because I swear to God, I will.
Oh man.
No, I write. I draw. I paint. I do all that, and then Karshina here, she's going to be editing and co-writing it with me.
All right.
Awesome.
Because with my mind the way it is, you definitely need someone to come in and check all your stuff because my mind's all over the dang place. So you need to have someone look over your work at all times.
So it might be like editing after Xavier.
Yeah, but I get it done.
Oh, yeah, you do it and do it and do it and do it and do it.
There you go.
Let me got another super chat. This is true. Musicians get them for free. Not that I know know from experience or anything.
Regarding the drugs.
Yes. I'm totally digging this aesthetic here. It's like very anachronistic. Just like two things kind of clash. Was it Gothic and kind of modern architecture?
Yeah, well,
it reminds me of an Italian cathedral, actually.
Well, what this is it's just a computer painting, about a 6-hour painting. And I did a little bit of photo bashing where it's like, okay, I use a little bit of photos from this and that, because it's like I want a certain aesthetic, as you pointed out. Yeah. And so, that's just what it is. It's like, obviously it's maybe a little more detailed than what most people would do for just concept art. But that's what I wanted to show. I wanted to show people that, hey, we are the real deal. We're going to come out here and hit you in the face with everything we got. And we want you to come and back the book. So, as a lot of people know, concept art is just artwork where you're showing particular scenes in the book to get people excited about it. So that's exactly what we got going on here. This is a particular point in the story where Skits makes it to this city, and he's just blown away by what he's seeing. So he's sitting there and he's got his arms flapping in the wind and everything. So it's just a real nice piece.
I said, this style would be great if like a book cover for not the book I'm working on now, but the one I'm working on after that, which is going to be more standalone-ish. And could I hire you to do that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always out for hire. I'm always working on something. I can't do a full book, but definitely like one-off pieces. No problem.
No. It'd be This is like an actual literature book.
Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, we can always talk. You'll have to talk to my agent sitting next to me.
Nice,
Xavier. You realize Piper's going to smack you after the show, right?
Yeah.
I have other, I have projects outside of Piper.
Well, yeah, but she always says, "Don't talk about your projects on the show."
Oh yeah. We have a guest to talk about their projects.
Piper's coming to call you.
I'm sorry, it's so good. I can't help but get excited.
Oh well, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you so
much. This one right here, I would just like having a poster in my room with that, or a big enough print or something. Like that's awesome. I really love the colors in this one.
Well, if you get self-depreciative about your art, I'm gonna fight you like really hard right now.
Yeah, if we ever hear you say, "Oh, it's not that good," yeah, I'm gonna send him your way, and he's gonna.
I've got Ultra Force queued up.
Yeah,
he still hasn't beat up Cab yet, and he needs.
Hey, it's your show, so if it's on your show and you want to ask, I mean, go right ahead and ask.
No, bad promotion ain't nothing, man. It's good promotion. All of it is. So if you want to, whatever makes good and gets people looking at it, go for it.
I'm just trying to avoid you getting stalked by a 6'6" Native American. That's all.
Just make sure that you write, at Come Get Some Too or at Skits Comic. Thanks. Okay.
Make sure you film it, because if you don't film it didn't happen.
That's true. That's true. More promotion, right? Like.
So this is a particular point in the story where he comes across some native people on this planet that is on, and as you can see there's some arrows shooting towards Skits. So, what's happening? Is he flying? Is he jumping? I mean, did he get thrown? Yeah, you have to wait for the story, for the actual book to come out. But there's some fun stuff going on here for sure.
Yeah, it's Failure by Winning says basically what we were saying. Those are too good to just be concept art. You should sell prints of that.
Yeah.
Well, we'd love to do that sort of thing, but we really just got to focus on the book first, because we got to make sure that gets sold. I don't want to put too much out there and then be over our skis, as it were.
Yeah.
So, let's just focus on the book first, and then we'll see what happens after that.
But for $19.99, we can give you that free print.
Yeah, I was about to say, for an Indiegogo, these concept arts, prints of these would be great perks or stretch goals or whatever.
We're talking about it as far as like some tiers, and like I said, when we first started, learning from people before us. Yeah, so we're learning.
Yeah, we're learning. Definitely. Now, this is another point in this story, and again, this is just for me to say, okay, this is the time of day. This is the lighting during these 2 pages of the book. So it's like, and it's just a 45-minute painting, maybe an hour painting. So. It's just quick.
Ho. How long? How long?
About 45 minutes to an hour.
All right, Mike, you can fight him.
All right, fuck this. I'll be right back.
Let me look over my shoulder here now.
Tell your grandma to come sit in for you.
She actually probably would.
Yeah, she would. Yeah, you don't know my mama now. She'll come at.
Oh God, we're gonna have fighting grandmas, so this is not my.
She actually would.
Whatever you do, don't call Peter Gilmore.
Again, more concept art. This is a particular part of the story.
I just realized that I don't know where they are, so I got.
And we like to keep it that way.
Yeah. We'll just sit down and enjoy then. That's what.
This one definitely. I mean, obviously, with the ship over there, it's clearly not a photo, but it looks like a black and white photo.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. Like, this is how it would look in black and white format before you actually start coloring it.
Which I like this without any color myself personally.
Yeah.
This one just gives a different feel to the things, and just if you're taking note out there, hint, a lot of this stuff, even though it's concept art, and Michael is going to be doing a little bit more, and it's going to be better than this, which is actually hard to believe. Take note of some of the surroundings that you see in some of these things that we've been showing, kind of like an Easter egg. So just another hint.
There's definitely lots of stuff here where it's like, it's all part of the story. If you start looking at the images enough, you can start throwing some stuff together for sure.
It's like, could you back up to that one real quick again? I just want to point out, like, if you were looking at this from right to left, right? So you're like, oh, we have a nice little town. Oh, there's a windmill in the background. There's a fucking ship floating in the air.
Me, Peter Pan.
This is fantasy, adventure, action. I mean, there's a lot going on in this book. It's nonstop action. That's one thing that we were really big on. It's like, I know how my dreams were, but we got to make it interesting. We got to keep it moving. We got to keep that action going. It's like constantly all through the book, and it's going to be about 60,
give people a reason to turn that page.
Exactly. You need to have a reason to turn the page every page. You got to hit people with it. You got to bring it.
If it's a fantasy art piece like the previous one with the arrows, or if it's like a steampunk sort of piece like with this, concept, I mean, you've got to get people out. Oh, wait, what? You know what I mean? Like, you have to keep people interested.
Yep. Okay. Now you. Yeah.
He's like. Oh,
so this also, I wanted people to be able to see that we're doing ink, we're doing pencil. We're not just playing around on the computer here. We're going to have artwork like this for every page in the book. We're going to be selling the original art, so people will be able to get a little piece of the action here on this book.
That is so cool.
So go ahead and launch this campaign so I can back it right now.
Right? Man, look at that tree. That's a cool tree.
Thanks.
You can tell Piper's an art student because she notices things like that.
I like the detail that went into that tree.
Yeah,
and that's good because Michael does a lot of detailed work.
Well, a lot of the stuff that I'm looking at that's a big inspiration for this book is people like Frank Frazetta, Jeff Jones, Bernie Wrightson, Michael Kaluta. All those old school fantasy artists that really influenced me when I was growing up.
What strikes me as this photo's composition is the ribs, the rib-like boards that are popping up there. That caught me off guard. I'm like,
Yeah,
I feel kind of spooky here.
Yeah, well, there's all sorts of stuff. Like we said, there's little bits here and there where it's like, oh, we're telling the story. Obviously the thing that people always point out is the flags. It's like, what are these flags all about? And it's like, can't really tell you because I can't give away the story.
Yeah, it would keep people guessing because now they want to find out what the flags are for.
Selling the sizzle without giving you the bacon.
I can tell you, but I'm going to need $20 first.
No, $40. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Hey, it's worth it.
So this is just another pencil piece. This is part of the book. This is the type of work that you'll be seeing in the comics. So.
And this one was 4 hours, maybe?
6.
Okay, 6 hours.
Yeah, this is a day piece, man. You can't make all them lines without sitting down at the table for a while.
I had to sit down for this one for a little while. Right? It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. We really appreciate that. And doing more promotion and stuff like that. I've been doing a few art videos, like sped up videos and stuff like that. One of the ones that I did where I was like, man, that Spider-Man #1 that McFarlane did was a big inspiration for me. So I was like, I'm going to do a video and I'm going to do skits in that same position. So like, this just came from that promo where I was like, trying to promote skits and get them out there. And so I was like, let's just do it like Spider-Man #1. There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh.
And this one always gets people interested. This is just showing more of like my traditional material type work.
This is sexy but alluring.
Yeah.
The lewd bit that I kept seeing.
I want boots like that.
I've heard a few people say that. This is one of the characters in the comic, so she'll entice you.
I used to have my hair like that.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Cost money.
Top it off.
So let's see. We got tactical boots that would go up all the way to the thighs.
No, they do go through the thighs. They actually go over the thighs. So yes, those are
they're like
boots.
I could almost cosplay her.
A lot of culture here.
Yeah.
I could definitely use some cosplay action for our book, man. That always sells books right there. Good cosplay.
I have those boots, don't I?
I don't know, dude.
Tell me more. No. Oh.
And now we're just getting into just showing some more sketches and work.
He's about to lay the sickest beats.
Exactly.
It's like, I just love this. It's like, these are my sketches. No big deal. Yeah.
Well, it just shows you what the pencil work will be like in the actual book. So you got to show your best work. You got to get out there and just put it in front of people and say, hey, here's what you're gonna get.
You're not self-deprecating about you, right? Because I will fight you for that.
Yeah, I got bored, so I just started drawing what I was feeling, and they're not very good. But
here is Skits with a chicken on his head.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's deep down south right there. That's the good stuff.
That's the signature right there.
Yeah. And there's skits with Boots character in the book. So
wait, did we? Okay, yeah, we did say that before. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. I thought we were giving more exclusives on this channel than anyone has ever had before. So I was like, wait, did we just say? Yes.
Well,
I get all the exclusives here on Graded Point 5. You haven't already, like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's good.
Hit that bell like the fist of an angry god.
By the way, I just want to let you know, guys, that we have established that our crowd, our fans, we are the kingmakers, right? So the reason why we call you the kingmakers is because I would say 95% of the people we feature on this show end up getting funded.
Oh, sweet.
We've had at least 2 people get funded live on the show.
Oh yeah,
nice.
Very nice.
So I just you've came to the right place, as they say.
All right.
Well, thank you.
We're gonna stop sharing the screen here so we can go back to some regular stuff there.
All
there
right.
we go. All right.
After it zoomed off into infinity.
I mean, have they not had a better way to go straight from share screen straight to the artwork? They have to go through all this.
It's just the way it is.
So much.
It's the way it is.
I mean, I'm blown away by what I saw.
Well, thanks.
And this is, I was looking at, when the DM you sent me, where you sent me all those images, I'm like, I was sitting here saving each one because I was going to, usually I'm the one that has to, show everything. So we appreciate you.
We come prepared.
Yeah,
it's like prepared.
If I want people to see it, it's like I gotta control it and keep it up there as long as I can. No, you got to keep talking about this one. You got to get right on it.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, it was absolutely gorgeous. I mean, so when have y'all announced a definitive launch date yet, or are we still?
No. I mean, it's definitely this spring, so we're coming really, really quick. Really quick.
So
really quick.
So we're sitting in spring right now. Is our date?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Really quick.
Yeah, it's gonna be coming quicker than you think. But we have someone who's launching soon that we need to wait on.
Really quick.
You know what I mean?
Does this gentleman have a green character of some kind?
Yeah.
It's a person that loves a lot of Italian history.
Fried chicken.
Oh. Sounds like my
yeah. We just need to, wait for a couple of campaigns to launch, and then we'll put ours in there.
Yeah, because
we'll put it in the mix.
We were told that usually launching campaigns, and correct us if we're wrong, but a lot of people have said, "Oh, don't launch on the weekends, don't launch on this day," or close to the holiday. You got these type of deals going on. Mm-hmm. So we're just trying to make sure that we pick a date that's like, okay, are we safe?
There's definitely a couple of holidays you definitely want to avoid. There's a couple of days of the week that you probably don't want to launch on just because nothing happens there, and you really can't play that to the advantage. What we've been able to find is that you want to do it on a Thursday because most people get paid on Friday. And if you get them hooked on Thursday, well, Friday, they're going to try and figure out how they can pay their bills and buy that book. Whereas Friday, they've already paid their bills.
If you launch Friday, then they've already planned what they're doing to that check. That check's technically already spent before it's in their hand or their bank. But if they know about it the day before, then they're going to be, oh, awesome. I get paid tomorrow and I'm getting this. So that's why Thursday is a secret weapon day for selling anything, really.
So basically you launch on Thursday and then you don't sleep until Monday.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Or for the next year.
And obviously this isn't an issue right now, but don't launch at Christmas.
Oh
yeah.
unless your name is John and or Malin.
Well, it might be the best time to launch because no one else is launching.
It's like, I know what I'll do. I'll fund some comics instead of paying off my credit card bills that I just spent on Christmas.
Exactly.
No, but we thought spring it'd be a great time to launch and get it ready to go.
Yeah, 2 things happen in spring. A, like you said, you got the birds singing, everything's nice, everybody's buying brand new stuff. And B, tax returns.
Yeah.
Real soon again.
Got my refund. Gonna buy me some books.
Exactly.
Oh, it's be great.
Yeah, I had quite a few people who have said, they said, I'll buy. I've seen a lot of people try to launch in December or January ish. Well, this year has been an exception. I've never seen nobody launch and be successful, and then they did it. There have been a couple who've done it this year. So hopefully that trend might be changing. Because I would love this to especially with Comicsgate and stuff like that, for this to be just an all year round thing.
Exactly.
Anytime you want and be successful. Kind of.
I asked that question a couple times. I was like, well, why? If you have your book and you're excited and you're ready and you're hyped, Mm-hmm. Why can't you launch in January or February? And I get it for some of those reasons, mm-hmm. but then my reasoning personally was like, well, if I have my book, I'm not going to wait 4 more months, get it out there. And
well, also if you've had a few campaigns, say you got a couple of campaigns mm-hmm. under your belt, you already got a bunch of emails from people. You got a list of people who are probably going to back you again. If you gave them something that they really enjoyed, mm-hmm. well, then there's no reason why you can't launch anytime, because those people are really interested in what you're doing, or at least you hope they are. Like for us, this is going to be our first time, so we're in the learning stage. We're doing we're going to try and learn as much as we can. But after that, it's like we got 6 books planned, and each book is about 60 to 70 pages. So we want to be able to put out 2 books a year. That'd be, goal if we can. Yeah. But again, we got to get the first one down. We got to see what the interest is, so we'll get there eventually.
You're coming in. It's like, you're coming in, and I say we are coming in. Well, we've been observing this for like 2 years, and stuff like that. So kind of picked up on, and it's been nice that you've seen some of the bigger guys like your John Malins, your Ethan Van Skyvers, that you've seen them they've had success, but they've had mistakes along the way.
Right.
They've made the mistakes, so we know what to avoid. Kind of thing.
Yeah. Basically for like the first few months that we were really trying to, get our stuff out there, I would be in the chats, on the smaller chat shows, just so I could ask people questions. Okay, what was the hardest thing about your campaign? What did you do wrong? What did you do right? I've been asking those questions of people.
What would you do differently?
Yeah, what would you do differently? There's all types of things, and like I've been putting down a list. Okay, I don't want to do that. Okay, this sounds interesting. But of course, each person, everything's different, so you take it and you just build the best you can off all that information.
Yeah, I think John Malin probably has the best quote form. If there's going to be a formula, he's probably got the best formula to, that he recites that I think works, is like, get yourself out there, build your channel. And I look at channel as I look at it like this, because you have what you didn't have in 2018, you have now. It's all started. You have a graded 0.5. You have a Mandy Summers. You have a Wingcast. You have all these other shows now that are popping up that maybe pull in 400 or 500 more views on your product.
Exactly.
And so while it's not while you don't have to constantly do live streams and stuff, it is nice that you do use your channel, like you're using your channel for the viral marketing, like you're reviewing books and things like that. You're putting out content. You're showing I'm also a personality as well as an author and a writer and, artist and all this other stuff. So
that goes a long way. If people just like you as a person, they'll give you money and not even buy your product. They'll just give you money.
I love you. The super chats come in, man.
I feel like I should have a lot more money right now. I am hilarious. I should have more money.
Just smile and not just give you money. That sounds like a quote from some movie. I'm pretty sure
Yeah, but that's the key, build your audience. Essentially, when I say build your channel, I say build your audience, whether it's YouTube,
right,
Twitter, whether it's Instagram. I don't care where it's coming from. Just build your audience that likes your content, that likes you, and you will succeed because you're going to find somebody that likes you.
And thank you so much for that compliment in the beginning. Yeah, because it's one of the talents that I do have is that, I've come from the entertainment background. And so I know how to work a camera. I know, like, I can't be mealy mouthed, in front of the camera. And then people, they get stopped, and I get it. Some people just are not, camera savvy.
Yeah.
But we also make sure that the proof is in the pudding. It's like, no, we have backed campaigns. We have backed campaigns before you guys even knew us. So we can show on the show, hey, here's the book. Here's this. I want to give a review of not just, the publishers, the big boys, or here's my hand, the publisher, the big boys, but also for people who are indie, because when we come out with our book, we want to make sure that, oh yeah, that's right, she did back us. Yeah, thanks so much. We'll show you some love, or you know what I mean?
She's one of us, and y'all are one of us, and that's that's kind of what what way we were looking at it too. We started early on. It's like, let's promote people. Let's bring these people on our show.
Exactly. Exactly.
I remember, I'll give you a prime example. Mandy Summers. You know how many she used to have less subs than we do. Than we did. Right? She started at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but she also gets on the camera, though. You know, you probably should do the same thing. You got to show yourself, man. You'd probably be right up there too. If you gotta
welcome to the goodie room. You know, welcome to the goodie room. You gotta.
I don't. That's why I don't have a camera.
Yeah, I'm much more handsome off camera.
All right.
Well, also you got to have a little luck. I remember I was watching y'all's show one day, and I was, in the chat room and everything, and then all of a sudden, the people in the chat went from about 30 to like 200 to 300 to 500, and I was like, "What the heck's going on?" And then y'all were like, "Oh, I guess Ethan is streaming our show here." And then
y'all that was awesome.
Up. Yeah, I was actually watching the show as it happened. I was like, "This is crazy! What the heck happened?" I was like,
it's like, and I'm not taking away from that, and I never will. Like I'm always said, like the two biggest jumps we ever had. I did a video which got 24,000 views on this channel.
Wow,
that was the first big jump. The next big jump was, of course, it was originally supposed to be just like us talking to John Malin, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ethan found out we were talking to John Malin. He stream sniped it. Then he ended up joining the chat and he ended up joining in and everything. So, it was just a good time. It was a good stream. Of course, I always said that the stream's also notorious that my the headset that I had at the time, one of the speakers blew up on me. So I could only hear half of what was going on.
You were like, yeah.
I mean, just to watch that happen, I was like so happy for y'all. I was like, dude, this is awesome. They just blew up.
That was
great.
Exciting.
We have an Ethan story when I did Cyberfrog for him, and it was the first time I was coming out. One of the first videos. And no one knew me. They were just like, okay, who's this black girl with this curly hair? She's talking about some frog. And then I remember Michael said, Ethan Van Sciver is right now chatting with you. And I was like, who? And he was like, the person you're holding the book for. And he stopped his stream, or he was late for his stream.
Yeah, he was supposed to be doing his
because
stream,
he was watching me do it.
Watching her and typing. There was no one in the chat.
There was no one in the chat but him and me, but my husband and him.
That is awesome.
And people were like, oh, he's coming on at 8:00. And, we didn't know, when Ethan goes on at 8, or whatever. But then he didn't start to 8:15 because he was like,
he was watching the review that we did of Cyberfrog. So that was really nice.
So it was our first time, and I was like,
that was one of the first videos we did when no one was watching it when they were live.
Yeah,
so.
He was actually our first live chat.
He might have been our first live chat.
Yeah, that was as far as views on stream, actual. As the stream was happening, that's their biggest one for streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Second biggest was Nick Rekieta, just because we actually got him. There was somebody in the chat and actually got him riled up enough for Nick Rekieta to do one of his Nick rants.
Yes,
we just started calling the guy a dummy and all this other stuff.
Yeah, that dude that I guess stocks, the stocks and
we bullied him so hard. It was so nice.
But then, and the other night, I was watching Mandy on. The other, and she got lucky with a big audience. Well, not lucky. Well, I can't say lucky because Raging Golden Eagle was on, who is having a fantastic campaign right now.
Yes,
there's no denying that. And
but you went on.
Yeah, I actually was on it at 7:00 in the morning or something like that. I woke up and I was in the chat. I was like, dude, you're still going. You're my ultimate hero right now. And then it's someone
he's like, jump in.
Yeah. He's like, hey, Skits, get on here. I was like, well, I just woke up. And they're like, get in here. I was like, all right. Half asleep.
On stream that he was very humble about showing other people's stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
Vinny Tartamella, he showed
Liam
Gray. Because that was they both launched it right at the same time, Xenotype and Blade Devil. At the same time, that was and I was like, that's good cross promotion
which are both good books, by the way. We really both good books. So.
So we're looking forward to getting both of those books. So they should be awesome.
Exactly. And then, like I said, with Mandy streamed the other night, he brought his audience with him because he was literally streaming right before he went on her channel and says, "Hey, I'm going over here," and then you have 300 or 400 people show up.
Yeah.
And she said afterwards, she said, "I didn't even look at the chat."
I know. I mean, like you can't. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's like when we first started this thing, I would go on to the smallest streams possible to talk to these people because you can't do it on Ethan's stream. I mean, the stuff just goes by like this. I mean, how are you going to talk to anybody? You can't do that.
But when you are able to, I mean, it's a good feeling to be like, oh, hey, thanks so much. You know, you heard about us or you've heard rumblings about us. We're real people. We actually are a real team. And so, no, we really appreciate that. I mean, that's always been our heart, you know, we say, oh, thank you so much for everyone that's brought us on the show or who's coming to the chat with us or, you know, it's really good. It's a good feeling. So.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because like I said, y'all have a unique project and unique projects do really well. Because it's not formulaic, you know. There's some just like and it's like, oh well, you know, I'm doing this and that. And I'm not talking about Comicscape because usually Comicscape projects are pretty big personality people trying to put something out there. But I've seen something like, you know, like Kickstarters or something like that, just random. I'm looking at them, it's like, please buy this book. It's I'm, you know, I am this and that and the other and blah 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 blah. I'm like, wow, I am totally not excited for this at all. You cannot believe in something when the person doesn't sound like they believe in it.
Yeah. You gotta love your own project. If you don't love your own project, no one else will.
You gotta love yourself, baby. Love yourself. That's
exactly. So let me pop this mailing list on here one more time.
Yeah, get on the mailing list, people. We need it. You know, the more the merrier. And we're gonna have discounts and free goodies for everyone, so definitely get on there.
Oh, were you able to also watch the first video that we did where it says watch the video? Can we, show that? Yeah.
We only do short videos, so
all right. Let's check this out. I think I got the sound on. So
escaped 5 days ago from another psychiatric hospital. Apparently he was diagnosed schizophrenic. Highly dangerous. How long can they be held? They can only hold for another 60 hours. If he behaves like this.
He's seeing monsters. He's losing his mind and he feels it going.
Nice.
We worked with the company Verse Films Production. So shout out to Verse Films. Hey. We worked with them to do that live. And that was our first intro into the world about who is Skits, what does he look like? You know, if you listen to the audio of it, it's like he's losing his mind. He's seeing monsters. You know, that all plays into that schizophrenic sort of mind that we wanted to share with everybody.
Yeah. And you know, like I said, you know, you got a unique product. I mean, that particular video just showed that's like getting somebody like, well, I'm curious now.
Yeah, well, that was the whole point. You know, we wanted to do things that were kind of, you know, like, what the heck is this? You know?
Yeah.
I said, I don't know what I'm looking at, but I like it.
Exactly. That's exactly what it should do. It's like, I don't know what this is, but I like it.
And I want more of it.
It's just like the Joker in the first Batman movie. I don't know if it's art, but I like it.
You are my number one.
Exactly.
Yep.
So yeah, there's I know the link. I got the link in the description below. Seth has been doing a great job of posting the link for the mailing list in the chat.
Thank you.
I think he's getting ready to go to bed, but probably we should all be doing because I am an old boomer and need my sleeps.
Unfortunate.
That's funny. Go for it, Chief.
Well, you know, when you know you're old when you start getting up and your knees don't want to get up with you.
Don't worry, I've had that problem for years, man.
Yeah. Like you roll out of bed, it's like, where'd they go? Come back.
Well, I roll out of bed and I'm like, where are my feet, man?
Yeah.
They're kicking me. That's what they're doing.
Got him. That's great.
Fucking got him.
Yeah, well, everybody, go sign up for this mailing list, Skits the Sun Book 1. It is on, like I said, links in the description below. It's in the chat if you haven't been paying attention. Let me stop sharing and just say thank y'all so much for showing up tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I feel it's going to be fun because, like I said, I've seen you on other streams. and everybody's been like, "Oh, they're great, they're great." Man, he said, "Oh, you'll love them, they're great." You know,
it's a lot of fun. You have to come back, and I promise I will be camera ready next time.
It's okay. It's okay, girl.
Maybe I'll be convinced to actually buy a camera. We'll see.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
Do it, but wear the Optimus helmet the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm. You can put like a camera blur filter, so that way you're kind of blurry. You know what I mean? So you don't want to.
But I'm animated, but you have no idea what I'm doing, right?
But he's Optimus Prime. He's not Blur.
Oh,
right. But
I'm trying to show my Transformer knowledge.
Not everybody can be the Micro Machines man.
I love him so much. That Micro Machines man. That was like
John Macheta.
John Macheta. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have you seen that show, The Toys That Made Us?
Yes.
Those are like ultimate good stuff.
Yeah,
it's amazing. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, guys, thank y'all so much in the chat for showing up. Like I said, without the chat, there is no show. And without the chat, there is no books being funded. So everybody, go sign up for that mailing list. Like I said, description below. We will see you tomorrow night. We will be talking to Archetype Comics. I had to go.
Somebody.
Yeah, they've got a project upcoming. They got a standard mailing list. They don't have an Indiegogo mailing list yet, but they said they're probably a few months away from getting a launch going. So
nice.
They will be here. Thursday night we'll have Adam Post to talk about College of the Dead graduation day.
Nice.
And Friday, we'll figure something out.
Friday. If I can say one more pitch, everyone sign up for Skits comic on our YouTube channel and come get some. We've got some really good stuff that I'm doing some reviews on. I just came back from Germany, so that was actually a really good one. I did some international. So check us out on there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Go check out their YouTube channel. It is, as it says, like just like on it's Skits Comics on YouTube. So yes, guys, thank y'all so much for coming tonight. We will see you tomorrow night, and y'all have a good one.
Bye, guys. Thanks so much.
See ya.
Bye.